And he didn't. He tried and tried, but it did no good. The coaches were too troublesome. "We'll pay him out," said Jill. They started bumping him very, very bad. They bumped him and bumped him and bumped him, and they tried bumping him off the rails. They tried calling him horrible They called him horrible names, but Skarloey didn't care. The troublesome coaches didn't mean to push him. "That was wrong," said Graham. "Stop, stop!" But Skarloey thought they did it. But they did. But they didn't. "Yes, yes, yes," said Skarloey. But he tried and tried, but then he was still stuck. "Oh, bother," said Skarloey. "I'll never make it to the top," he said angrily. The coaches made fun of, laughed and called him bad names. "Didn't get your look, didn't you?" said Pam. All the coaches laughed, and Skarloey was so cross. And then Skarloey was so cross, and he did not like it. He did not like it what the coaches said to him, and calling him bad names to him for what they said. So Skarloey tried his best. Just then, Donald arrived. "Why are you stuck?" he said. "Oh, who are you?" said Skarloey. "My name is Donald," said Donald. "I was once new to the railway, but now me and my twin Donald. It was since my twin Donald helped Oliver and Toad from the scrapyard," he said. "Well, I was saved from scrap as well," said Skarloey. "So was Wilhelmina," he said. "Really?" said Donald. "By who?" "Hank," he said. "Hank the American engine," said Donald. "Yes," said Skarloey. "Well, I guess I'll help you then," said Donald. So Donald pushed the coaches. No, no, no! The troublesome coaches applied their brakes, but then Donald tried his best, but it did no good. Meanwhile, Mighty Mac was shunting a goods train up the hill so that he'll take it for a long, long journey. At the other line, Mighty saw that the signal had turned red, and it said that it meant that there was an emergency up the hill. Mighty Mac were very disappointed. But I'm trying to push this goods train up," said Mighty. But the goods train was a little bit late. "Me as well," said Mac. "Come on, let's go back," said Mighty. "Come on, let's go back," said Mac. "We can't," said Mighty. "Not until we're finished," he said. But the double tank engine was really confused. Donald tried and tried, but he became so strong. Skarloey has finally did it. "Thank you," said Skarloey. "You're welcome," said Donald. So Donald puffed away. Skarloey tried and tried, then he did it just in time. "Stupid coaches," said Skarloey. "Oi!" said Graham. "Stop it!" "Let's pay him out," said Donna. "We will," said Terry. But Skarloey was very annoyed. "I won't listen," sang Skarloey. "La la 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 la," he sang. "Shut up," said Graham. So the troublesome coaches bumped Skarloey at the far end of the bridge, and then he started to go down the hill. Then he saw a goods train down the line, but it was only Mighty Mac waiting for Skarloey to go down. But it was too late. Mighty Mac thought that the signal, it changed to green, but Mighty began so confused. So did Mac. I thought it was still red. You can go, said his driver. But they saw Skarloey. Suddenly, the coaches bumped him, and then suddenly Skarloey couldn't stop, and he saw the goods train and shut his eyes. Someone help me! He screamed, and then suddenly Graham, Jill, Donna, Kerry, Olamina, and Leslie, and Pam bumped him really hard, and now they were pushed down the hill. Help! Said Skarloey, but it was too late. They crashed into the goods train by accident. The goods train was in pieces, and the troublesome coaches, their windows smashed, and the buffers were broken, and Skarloey's parts were bent and dented. Mighty Mac was cross. You noisy engine, said Mighty. I might report this to the Fat Controller. Skarloey was upset. That's not how I pull coaches like that, like Wilhelmina, he said. You did very well, Skarloey, but if you didn't stop, and thank goodness that I thought it was a child, but thank goodness I thought it was a goods train, but not a child or an adult or a dog or an animal, he said. Skarloey was still upset. I'll have to counsel my life. You can't, said his driver. You're proud of it. Not anymore, moaned Skarloey. Mighty Mac was so annoyed. Sorry, never mind, said Mac. We'll call for help. We'll be back. So Mighty Mac steamed away for help. Just then it was night time, and Skarloey was lifted onto a breakdown truck, and there he was on top of it. The troublesome coaches made fun of him and pulling funny faces at him and tongues at him. Ooh, said Skarloey. Stupid coaches, he said. You're stupid, said Kerry. Enough, said the Fat Controller. Skarloey, how did you do it? He said. Don't blame me, said Skarloey. Blame those coaches. They're very troublesome They were being very troublesome on me, he said, because he made me bump into that goods train. What Mighty Mac is shunting, he said. The Fat Controller was disgraceful with them. Really, he said, then I have to send you all away, because you stupid coaches are not fit to be the best coaches in the railway, he said, and I suggest that I'll send Donald to send you all away to a different railway, into different railways instead, he said. We do apologise, said the coaches, and they were all sent away into different railways, except for Skarloey, who had finally got his victory on the troublesome coaches. And he did, and even so he was going to the works to be mended, but tomorrow he will feel better in the morning. And he will indeed, but there's only one thing. All the other engines will try their best not to worry, because Skarloey is one of the best engines on the railway. Do 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 do.